So shovel a little dirt, hey, it's gonna work.
Yeah.
Put some good soil down and we're gonna have some good food.
Right.
Soilful, Soilful, where your mind, body, and spirit is connected with Mother Earth, and work with the earth and help to restore something that I think has been lost, not just by Black people, but by everyone. And I think, by taking this path, we can hopefully create a better future. What we're working for is food sovereignty as opposed to food justice. And food sovereignty puts the decision of the right of land, of food, of everything into the hands of the people. And my food story definitely starts back before I was born with my grandparents, and they were sharecroppers down in North Carolina and Georgia, North Carolina and Georgia. And so ancestral knowledge of growing food and connection to the land has been going on before I was born. So I think I've just kind of been able to tap back into that somehow, some way without me. And so I started to say that I didn't necessarily find food or growing, but it found me. And so that, like, the spirit of doing that kind of really, like, man, this is like what I want to do for the rest of my life. I want to kind of define this feeling. And that's eventually how I came up with the word soilful. In DC, depending on who you are and your social status, it's hard to move around in different places, And I realized that planting trees and growing vegetables, I could bounce in and out of anybody's neighborhood. They could be neighborhoods where people don't like each other. You could do, I'm over here growing vegetables. I'm not selling drugs. I'm not doing anything. We're talking about vegetables. And everybody's like, I like that, shorty. Let's work together. Let's figure out how we can do this. And so I realized that, that when you bring that positive energy, and this is how I think about it, people gravitate to that. People can feel it. People know when you want some negative time, but people can recognize the positive time too, positive energy. I think a lot of people in certain neighborhoods in the city, they want to do good stuff, and you just got to give them the resources.
Hey, it's Leah J here, and you are at Black Girls Do Garden in the city. This is a two-part event. First we garden, and then we learn about plant-based eating. Today's event focuses on the misconception of Black women that we do not garden, and we do, and especially in this city, we call this urban gardening.
My name is Xavier Brown from Soilful City. We do urban ag in DC. I'm out here with Black Girls Do, and just had about between 20 and 25 Black women, and some of them brought their daughters to come out and learn the basics of gardening. It was a beautiful experience. It was great to see more Black women get into food sovereignty. The majority of farmers that I know are Black women, and I think it's important for more and more Black women to really can take control of the food that's going into their body and their children's body. Black women already kind of lead the way with everything that we do.
Enjoy yourselves, get dirty, share with the world about what it is that we do, finish that statement, and let's continue to foster sisterhood among each other. Let's go. Dug in and planted, and once it grows and flourishes to what it's going to be, where does the harvest go? So this is a community garden, so we're in the South Side of DC. We keep saying South Side. So you see this neighborhood, the cameraman pans, it's coming back to this neighborhood. So we're actually feeding the neighborhood. The project a lot, and she had me like a lot of games.
I've been the same exact way. I have lost so many family members due to all of these bad and healthy food habits that we have.
Soilful taught us how to build our own bed, how to garden, and the benefits of gardening.
I love seeing things grow, and not only things in the ground, but I love seeing people grow.
Not only the process, but the faith process, and seeing something come to light when you see it at the beginning and don't know what's going to come out of it. And I'm happy just to be a part of something, serving and doing what God would have me to do. And as a man, it makes a bigger difference because you never know who's going to come into your circle, particularly the young men. And if you take the first step in doing something, then they'll be more motivated to want to do something that may seem simple and not interesting. But if you do it yourself, then they will be eager or even wanting to do it, and just allowing them to be able to do it themselves, and they have some success in seeing, the plants grow and seeing and blooming in their confidence, That's what makes me happy.
How do you keep everybody excited about keep coming out, keep pitching in for the gardens and things like that?
Yeah, that's a good question. So we it's all about partnerships. You know, partnering with guys like y'all who are doing creative things, creating videos. You know, and so we trying to get more and more people involved. So now we can have like 5 different communities who may have been beefing at one time, but we kind of trying to maybe have each community growing their peppers together and people, you know, try to figure out a way they can get money together that's in a positive way, you know. So we trying to flip it. We working on it. So
it's a network about connecting the dots. So, you know, I've gotten with Xavier, and we kicked it off from school on to life, and I mean things are happening. Just like with these plants in the garden, it just grows, you know. And to see something start out from a seed or a cutting and to blossom into a beautiful flower or a tree that could possibly feed a family.
You know, this Dick Street garden is very important for us, you know, growing, like you say, fresh vegetables and fresh fruit. But the main thing is about growing plants, you gotta show it love, you know, you gotta take care of it, you gotta, you know, nurture it.
I mean, it's a lot of traumatized experiences that we don't experience around here in our communities and coming up and stuff like that. But the garden allows us to touch bases with our ancestors, and it allows us to become a part of, you know, society the way we're supposed to be, you know.
To nothing in our same environment, so this is where we were doing agriculture and all. It'll change the environment. At least you know at the end of the day, those brothers that didn't have $1, they got something to eat.
Yeah. And that's the first frustration right there. So we communicate with each other. You know, some of us don't know each other because you live in this neighborhood, I live in this neighborhood, but all of us got the same thinking pattern.
Yeah.
Man, we just trying to eat.
Yeah.
Mother's Peace God.
And like, you know, like the history behind the name.
Yes.
All of that, you know what I'm saying?
Xavier came and took me and my children on a whole nother avenue.
Yeah. Because by you taking us down there to the agroecology encounter, that just made our heart beat a little bit more. It was already thump. You know, once we hit the ground, it was like, ha, 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 ha.
Yeah.
Ha, ha, ha. So, I thank you.
And so it's like a natural process. When the leaves fall off the trees, they break down. That's basically like composting. We're just kind of speeding the process.
And composting, like what do we use?
What to do? So compost, add it to the soil. And the soil for our plants is everything. Just like our soul, everything comes from our soul. All of our ideas, all of our ambitions, all of our visions. And so much of what comes from our soul these days in this world, definitely in DC and other urban communities across the world, it's stifled and it's suppressed and it's oppressed by so many different things. How can we open those things up? How can we liberate ourselves? How can we liberate the soil and our souls at the same time? And that is really the vision of Soilful, working with the soil to open up our soul.
Bruh,
it tastes good. I'm
this
trying to tell you, man.
Mumbo sauce.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Yes. Oh, I'm gonna get the Dorito. I like Dorito.
Okay. Where?
From
This from the garden.
Man, this is
Yeah, from the garden.
just a little bit, X. Just a little bit. All right, all right.
Oh man, what you doing?
It's gonna go back in the ground. It's going back in the ground.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like
Right.
It got a little kick at the end.
I like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that. It's pure. It's pure, man.
I'm telling you, man.
We there, man.
I appreciate
Put it
y'all
on the
opinion,
shelf,
man.
yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to Chopping It Up with Janelle. Today we'll be making quinoa stuffed peppers and sipping on a Jack Rose, which is also the name of my favorite cocktail bar in DC. Today we'll be chopping it up with Xavier Brown. He's a graduate of North Carolina A&T, if you didn't know, stands for Agriculture and Technology. From his studies of agriculture, Soilful City was born. This urban farmer teaches everyone how to connect to the land while living in the city. Let's get started.
Good brother named Bo. 2 guys named Bo and Wallace. They know everybody in the neighborhood. Old guys, young boys, people in the middle, everybody that moves and shakes. And so I build a genuine relationship with them, and they're able to kind of disseminate the information that we want to get across.
Okay.
And so it's about kind of like identifying those people in different neighborhoods. Like, who are the change makers, the movers and shakers? And it's interesting because it might not be the ordinary person. So the ice cream man or ice cream woman might just know everybody in the neighborhood just because everybody goes to the ice cream truck.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The football coach might know everybody in the neighborhood
because everybody played football, everybody
Exactly,
played
at some
basketball.
point.
Exactly. So they know everybody. They know their parents. They know the little brother.